just got to check my messages.
And we're back with Cage Chronicles, episode whatever. I can't remember what it is.
Should
30
find out
something.
for the next
Should
time.
do. Keep asking Robin, but she doesn't tell me. Today we're the JLR boys. We've got top physio, top strength and conditioning coach, and James. How are we doing? We good?
Good, very good.
Very
Sweaty.
good. How's everything going in the JLR world?
It's good. Things have been busy.
Yeah?
Yeah, real busy. We've had some rugby crews in this week, but then some fights coming up in March. We've got the Eternal coming up.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of in fight camp mode at the moment, a lot of the guys anyway.
There's been a lot of changes, hasn't there, with you? Because obviously you were going full-time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'd say 2 weeks before Christmas, I left Wace and came into the business full-time. So that's been huge. That's been good just to, for the first time in 4.5 years we've had the business. I think you always have ideas of stuff you want to do and you make plans and...
Let's get this a bit closer to you because we can't hear you.
You never...
tones.
Working part-time in the business, you never actually get an opportunity to necessarily do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So now it's good to be able to fulfill some of the ideas I've had along the way and pull back on some things that I wrote down years ago, you know, to start implementing and whatnot.
Yeah, so you always have 1,000 ideas when you're doing it, then you never do half of them.
Never.
So did you start the OnlyFans page? Or
Yeah, that kicked off last week. Yeah,
Nice.
we've got an offer on at the moment as well.
Nice. What's the code? Luke's feet. I know you.
Nice feet, bro.
Are you going, Luke, with his physio?
Yes, it's coming along. We're slowly building out. We potentially have a couple new physios coming on as well.
Yeah.
So bring a bit of diverse range of experience to the business.
Some better ones?
Yeah, probably. And like the combat sports space is picking up. Like even this afternoon, I had back-to-back consults with just combat sport athletes, and then the gym's just packed with fighters. So
Is that what you enjoy the most?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. I feel like I can bring a bit of a different take on rehab to that cohort because I somewhat understand.
Yeah. Oh, went off there. Did you touch some of it?
Talk now.
Oh.
It's working now.
Work? Just because I have been in the space for a little while and can kind of offer that, I guess, different perspective on return to sport practices.
I know it's good for me. Like, so obviously, I was saying the guys last week, I had ACL surgery and meniscus, but then obviously I'm just wanting to get back to health, want to get back to strength, want to get back to training, jiu-jitsu, and it's good to have someone who's done jiu-jitsu and does jiu-jitsu, so I can say like, when can I do this, when can I do that, and I can sort of trust what you're telling me. Yeah. Whereas if I talk to someone else going jiu-jitsu, it's like karate, like they don't really know.
Trigger me.
What's happening. So like it's been good to be able to go to you and then obviously just be very honest and say this is what I want to do, and you're like, nah, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. But it's a lot of that, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the other times you go, you can do this, and you start working on that and tell me what to expect and stuff, because I always message you and I ask you, should I be doing this at this stage?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, and I'm like, damn it. Like, so it just keeps swelling up all the time. But yeah, getting there, I think it's like, I don't know.
Don't drink as he's sitting there.
This is just urine.
Oh, yeah. I'm smiling.
Yeah, but I think you said it's on track. You reckon?
It's not what you said to me yesterday.
You said it was on track.
Yeah, it's on track. It's on track, you know.
So he lies to you as well. Yeah.
Gotta keep you in the game, you know.
Everyone's getting injured. He's got his meniscus.
Yeah.
It's
great fun.
Yeah.
It's great fun. It sucks not being able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Has it been settled though?
It's settled down heaps, yeah. So rolling again, but just trying to look after it, pick my roles, be careful. So I go with Jack a lot. And
That'll work well.
You got a good video from today, didn't we, Robin? Of getting choked out.
That's fake. That's AI is getting so good. Like, you just see, you just plug it in and then it just spits it out. It looks realistic.
Because you guys are about the same weight class now.
Yeah.
I've seen you've been training, Saia.
A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
A little bit inconsistent, but yeah, trying
Yeah.
to.
Is that what you like the best, the boxing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I like jits as well, but I've not done half as much as jits as what I have boxing. So
Yeah.
definitely enjoy it more. Yeah, I do a little bit of stuff with Zach over at Striking, and then I've come here a little bit here and there. Yeah. But planning to come down here a little bit more frequent now as well.
And what's your plan?
No plan, man. Just
no plan. That's not what I heard.
Just see how we go.
I heard that you might want to dabble a bit.
Yeah, I think a bit of pressure from the boys, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Altar's been thrown out there a couple of times.
Yeah.
But we'll see how we go.
Body wouldn't hold.
That'd be pretty cool, though.
If I can get through 2 weeks of training without doing something to my body.
I remember last time you said you get injured quite a bit.
I'm made of chocolate, mate. I break down every week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Sounds like
if only you knew a good physio.
What?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you reckon that's like a thing? Like you seem to have some people that just get easily injured. Is that?
I'm not actually made of chocolate.
Yeah. But it's like you just seem. I just remember when I was growing up, like I had a friend that he'd just get like injured from everything all the time. Like you just.
You the friend.
Even in the gym, you would find.
In the mirror.
No, but like are some people just inherently more robust than other people? Do you think, or like genetics, or whatever it is, and they just, or is it like luck, or?
There's a few components to it, right? There's a massive genetic component to how people move and how they produce force, because that's ultimately what sport is, right? Like whether it's jits or boxing, it's all production of force in some way. So different people will produce force differently that can put them at risk of injury potentially. But there's motor control issues as well, right? Like how someone moves can put someone at risk. And you might have someone that naturally moves really well and is in good positions, and then others that aren't. You see it a lot in like field sport with ACLs, let's say. Non-contact ACLs typically would have a relationship to motor control, biomechanics of some sort.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I've seen a few, like a lot of the guys who come in, they've come from AFL, guys and girls, and rugby, and they've like damaged their ACLs and stuff. Obviously, I think the impact coming from the side when they're getting tackled and stuff like that.
Yeah, for contact ACLs, it's quite difficult to...
So when you were saying non-contact, you mean like they just...
like a sidestep, right? Like you do a change of direction, you sidestep, and then it goes. Versus someone just coming in and hitting the legs.
Swiping you out.
Well, that's the funny thing, like we're starting to get more and more rugby people coming in and giving up rugby and doing jiu-jitsu or MMA or something, and they're like, oh, it's way safer. And you think, like, how can it be safe? We're literally trying to mangle each other's limbs, but I guess it's more controlled and you can tap compared to someone coming 100 kilos flat out sideways, and you can't go stop.
I've got someone in front of me. Oh, there's this massive dude running this. I didn't see him coming. That freaks me out. Like I've seen people's knees folded and stuff like that. I mean, it can happen in jiu-jitsu, but it doesn't. I mean, that's the first. I've had injuries, but that's the biggest one I've had so far. Yeah. Like I've had little.
All right then.
I've had little surgeries and I've had injections for this and that and whatever, but that's the biggest one. And I'm like, what? I'm like 25 now, so I've gone quite a long time, you know what I mean?
Rough looking 25,
You've been through something.
Yeah, that's right. Trauma. I've been through some trauma.
Yeah, I think I used to get injured a lot more when I was like white, blue belt, but you're younger, so you heal better. And then when I sort of got to purple and then I haven't had any injuries apart from this meniscus, but I don't even know. It's not like something happened. I think that's just like wear and tear or whatever over time. So as you get better, you're more controlled. You can control the situations. You can see things better as you get more experience, and then you can really easily mitigate injury a lot more. Like even competing, it's feels quite safe at black belt level than it did. Well, you watch your white belts and stuff, and it's like, right, they're just smashing. So as you get better, you can really able to avoid injury, I think.
I think it snapped mine in a black belt match.
There's that theory.
Damn it.
With an illegal move.
Yeah, it was an illegal move, but yeah, it's what it was.
But I did say like when you're good and better, you can avoid the injuries. I said like good guys can avoid injuries.
Yeah. Well, I even find myself like even in scrambles like rolling into a certain position, stopping myself just shy of what would be a potentially risky position. And I was even talking to one of the guys I'm working with from Carnage. He's been wrestling since a young age, and I was watching him do a few, I guess, wrestling exchanges, wrestling scrambles, and those guys get in some really odd positions. Like if you watch like freestyle wrestling, how they like turn out and they're like ankle picking in these awkward positions. He's like, yeah, you just get a feel for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe you.
Yeah.
You have the twins in here, and their body moves in some crazy. You get them in one move, and then almost the Exorcist, and the back's twisting, and they're stepping over. I'm like, how would your body do that? Like, actually, I've never been able to do that sort of stuff. But again, genetics as well. I think they just naturally fucking move
made a
all over
rubber.
the place. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So you're gonna be boxing soon in the ring, and then maybe doing Alta. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. And then how are you pulling up with your knee and stuff and everything?
This is the best stint I've had in months.
Is
like
it?
At the moment, it's work takes a lot of time up, but I'm trying to get down when I can, and it feels pretty good.
Well, you're strengthening it and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
So I'm getting in the gym really consistently now as well, and just trying to build, I guess, confidence in it. I think it's a massive aspect of it. Getting into like a leg lock exchange or a wrestling exchange, and having to change levels even on it. Like for the last few months, I just haven't been confident in doing that. And then recently, I just find myself getting into the position. And it's like anything, you get confidence from exposure. So I just get into the position. I'm like, oh, okay, it feels all right. In like a really flow, like with Jesse. I'd flow with Jesse and get in this position.
Yeah.
Such a good person to roll with.
Yeah. I think that I'm putting it down to sort of like doing this, and it's like it's so bad because I want to just train, but then like if I can strengthen my whole body, which I have been doing the physio like heaps, and then I can like add to the strengthening, build it upper body, start putting some upper body stuff in for us as well. It's going to be only beneficial.
Yeah, 100%.
Otherwise, I just get injured again.
Yeah.
You know.
And even conditioning, right? Throughout the early phase of your rehab, you can still work upper body, still work on your cardiovascular fitness to maintain some kind of base.
Yeah.
So you don't get to the point where you're like, oh, my knee's okay now, but I'm out of breath walking upstairs, you know?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
He's always out of breath walking upstairs.
Exactly. We've also got a big thing coming up there, the athlete scholarship. So we do that every year now. We're in the third year now. First year, Rene won and Jean-Luc. And obviously Rene's gone on to compete a lot. Jean-Luc's now teaching the kids classes as well. Last year was Anthony, who's going to win like 2 of his fights, and he's got a 3rd fight coming up. And then Marley, obviously, he got a bit injured and he was off. But I'm really looking forward to this one, which is going to be in March now. And then you guys said you might want to help out and jump on board as well.
Yeah, keen to throw in a period of, I guess, a scholarship to jump lift run as well, right? Like a Woolsden jump lift run scholarship. So coming down on a full individual program. Yeah. Access to the facility, access to our recovery space. Yeah. Obviously, I guess the idea is you're going to train like an elite athlete on this scholarship with you guys, right? And a lot of all the elite guys here are already at jump lift run. So what better way to show them how the elites do it than get them in our space as well?
Which is amazing, because then there's like no excuse. Like,
no
excuse. You've been given everything.
Yeah.
And there's going to be more stipulation about, like, obviously, we tell them how many times we want them to compete and stuff. And a lot of the guys who from here want to do the scholarship, they're doing it not always like saying not doing it for the free year of training, is to get on the fight team. They just so want to be on the fight team with everyone else, and I think it's going to give them like that little step up faster. And then obviously if they get the strength and conditioning as well, then there's no excuse for them not to like just go like 1 year where it would usually take them 3 years or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or sometimes not even get there. It's pretty exciting. So
really exciting. And even the 2 of the former scholarship winners, Ren and Anthony, obviously train at our place as well. So it's quite fitting to bring whoever wins on board. Yeah,
it's really good. And then they're doing really well. Obviously, Ren's just getting over an injury now, but Ant's got something coming up. He's a strong guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I saw him in the gym today. He was like doing chin-ups with like 45 kilos or something. I was like, okay.
It's crazy.
Close to the JLR record there.
Yeah, I reckon he could probably beat it.
What is the record?
Tom, our coach, actually has it.
Is it Tom?
Tom, who coaches all the Wolves End boys, He's got 60.
60? Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. What do you do, Robin?
He's got 60.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so really excited about that. The scholarships, that's going to be on the 7th of March. Going to absolutely destroy him and see who comes out on top.
Any changes to how you ran the scholarship last year to this year, do you reckon?
Yeah, it's be stipulation of how many times I need you to fulfill to train every week, how many times I want you to compete, how many times I want you to train with me and stuff and do one-on-one stuff, just so we're getting them ahead. And sometimes, the first one we said, we wanted to do so many, but we didn't actually stipulate. And then, like, you know, obviously Ren made the most of it and stuff, but we want everyone competing and doing like X amount of competitions a year, whether it's jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, whatever, as long as they're competing. And obviously there's going to be training X amount of times a week as well. So yeah, there's no excuse. And if they don't fulfill that, then we'll give it to someone else. Yeah. Then I want someone to really want it. But the guys get pushed so hard over that day is that I can't see how they're not going to try and make the most of it. Yeah. That's the whole point.
When you're signing up to that already, it's a big commitment as it is.
You should come 100%. Down. You should come watch. I've been to one before. It is ridiculous. So like, how are these people doing this?
How long does it go for?
We have 2 sessions. We have a session in the gym, session outside, and we just like push them to like. It's not like unrealistic time frames. It doesn't go for a massive amount of time, but they're going and they're pushing. Yeah. And like the first one, I don't know how many we had tap out and just not finish it. Yeah. They didn't finish the day. You know what I mean? Like, so you want to see who's got it, who wants it, who's just cruising, who's surviving, and who's just going and like just like, somebody really pushed last time.
Marley was
a machine. A young lad, like he was only like 16. He was probably younger then. Like I think he just turned 16, but he was just like absolutely to the point where he wasn't good afterwards. Like he pushed himself so hard, but you couldn't stop him. Like he was ahead of everyone, and like there's no way I can't give it to him, you know. And then he's had it a bit unlucky with injuries, but now he's back in like training and stuff. So it's good to get them sort of ones. And again, like the way I see it is that if they've got the heart, the dedication, and like they're really going to push themselves to that limit, I can teach you how to fight. You know, I should be able to. James should be able to. We've done it enough. Unless you're like, you know, something wrong with you. but there's not many people you can't teach how to fight. You know, everyone's going to get their skill set and be at a certain level. You know what I mean? We even teach Luke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm just waiting for that.
You know, there's at some point James was like, this guy is not going to get it. And look at him now. You know what I mean?
Purple belt.
I was just trying to bolo everyone. That's why. No fundamentals.
Bolo every minute of every day. Bolos. Boloed into the door. Bolos out the door.
You know the bolo? I was like
inversion.
You like taking backs and stuff like that. He was just doing it all the time.
Flashing.
And then Steve would just like break my ankle, just like.
I was like, stop boloing.
Like skipped all the fundamentals and just go straight to the flashy stuff.
Just past guard.
It's like, what do I need to work on? Couldn't pass.
But now you're not like that, you know. So
a little bit.
A little bit, but everyone is. You get the purple belts.
Now you're allowed to. Now you're allowed to.
You're allowed to turn up late and do all the fancy.
I never turn up.
You're not allowed to turn up late. You're not allowed to turn up late. Yeah. I hate people turning up late.
It's a big
name and shame. Come on.
It's always
who's the worst one for it?
Well,
I'm not going to call anyone. I know straight off the tip of my tongue I've got someone, but obviously, like, if people turn up late, right, fine, but it can be both things. Like, it can piss me off, and it can also be okay. Like, you've got things to do, maybe you've got like kids, or you're coming from a job or whatever. Okay, fine. Like, I'd prefer you to come late than not come at all. Yep. But I can also be annoyed, right? I can be both things. I can be accepting of it and annoyed at the same time if you're late.
There's certain people who do it, and then every time it's a different excuse. And then them ones are not really like sympathetic with. There's people like, say, Lee.
Yeah, exactly.
He works till like 5:30, and he goes, boss, like, is there any chance I can make the 5? I can't make it. I'll always be here at 1:45. Yeah. Well, please, boss. He goes, go to your boss. And then he goes, can I get in? And I said, yeah, because you've told me. Yeah. I know you're going to be here. And every time he's bang on that time. Yeah. It's just the quickest he can get from A to B. Yeah. But there's other people like, oh, yeah, there's traffic. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. And it was always something different. It's like, can you have that much bad luck in your life? Well, look, you're just not good at timekeeping, you know.
Yeah, like some people, I'll call out Luke Matcher because that's all right. I'll call Luke out.
He never used to be though.
He'll be fine with it, but he'll be late like every single night. He's actually been to be fair, probably for the last 4 weeks or so. Actually, since he got his blue belt, he's probably been on time, and he's been doing gi as well. So we got to give him props. But he'll be late all the time, and I'm like, what are you even doing? It's like the middle of the day. You don't have kids. You're not at work. Like, what are you doing? Just all you need to do is leave 5 minutes earlier, and you will be on time. You know. So I was like, they're the ones where you're like, there's no need for you to be late. You're just late because you're late. Whereas like, Lee will sometimes come 45 minutes late, but he's literally been doing nails for 20 hours, and then he just gets here when he can get here.
He's doing the bacon now.
Yeah, he's doing both. He's doing both. Yeah, so he gets here when he can get here. So you're like, yeah, cool. I understand. I know that's cool. But some people are just, and then when they're late, they're like, still just take their time, fill their water bottle up, like do that, and then especially
in the chatting, I'm like, what are you doing?
So
or get on the bloody mat.
If I've lined everyone up, and this is the thing that they don't see when you're a coach. Now you get me on a rant, man. Like, that's
gotta get views. Come on, off you go.
When you're a coach, right? So I'm looking and I'm counting numbers, and then another guy comes. Okay, that's uneven numbers. Okay, another guy comes in. Now I'm even numbers. Another guy comes in, and it keeps coming, and then they line up, and then you go, okay, well, I've lined everyone up. I count again. All right, this is what I've got. This is the warm up I'm going to do because whether it's odd or even. And then you tell everyone, right, explain it all, boom, boom, boom. Off you go to do your warm-up, and then someone comes in late, and you're just like, fuck, right. And then, so now, because I've done it because it was even, or odd, or whatever I've done, and now they come in late, and then I'm like, now we're going to tell you all again what you got to do, and I've got to, like, put you in a 3, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do that. But yeah, if it's a legit reason, but if it's not, and it's the same people all the time, and I know like some of the classes, I know there's no reason for them to be late. Just come a bit earlier. Literally just like leave a bit earlier.
So Luke might just got no reason to be late whatsoever, right? Is that what?
Yeah. Oh, Luke, yeah, well.
He has a few.
I mean, now and then he might, but it's like every single lunchtime. He's gotten good now. He's actually comes on time. But yeah.
Power of a blue belt,
the place in there, like, down the, obviously, travel and train in different places around the world, and I train a lot in Holland at Majero gym and stuff, and you can't be 1 minute late. They lock the door. So I went there, first time I went there, I couldn't find it. It's really like confusing. It was like down the canal, there's like canals everywhere. So I'm like running around trying to read the signs, and I finally get there, and I was literally 1 minute late. It was like 5:31. I was like, so sorry, I'm really late. I want to jump in for the 5:30 class. We can jump in the 6:30 class. I'm like, no, it's like 5:31, and it's like, yeah, the door's shut. You can't train. And then makes people come on time. Not that I can lock the door and keep people out from me, but it's just like, it does make you think, okay, I have to be on time.
Gustavo used to do that. So when Gustavo was coaching here, he was the very first like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach I ever trained under when it was Mark 1. And he would lock the door. So you'd be like flying, yeah, I'm going to make it. And then you realise, I'm not going to make it. And you just turn around and go home because you know you're going to get there. The door's locked. You're not going in. And it was like real strict like that. But the ones I like 6 a.m. class, the only reason you were late for 6 a.m. class is because you didn't
wake up in time.
You just did not give yourself enough time. And when it's like over and over and over again, you're sleeping. You just set your alarm a bit earlier, and I'm here at 1:45, 10:02 at the latest for 6 a.m. You can make 6 a.m. You're not at work. You're not taking the kids. Everyone's asleep. You can make it for 6 a.m. And people don't. And then you organise everything, and someone comes like 10 minutes late. Just like,
it's all right once in a while, like, because everyone's late at some point. Everyone's late, and you're like, damn, I really want to train, but fuck. And you're going to get there, and then you're like, okay, yeah, just jump in. But then if it's consistent, it's a nightmare. Does that happen with you guys or not really?
Yeah, Luke's always late for us.
Yeah.
Luke Matchett.
Not me.
Yeah. We could call him out. Luke Matchett. He knows because I say it to him every time he walks in. And he strolls in as well. He just takes it. He's just smooth as, comes in, take his watch. What are we doing?
Just explained it all. Yeah.
But for me, I get significant anxiety if I'm late. If there's an appointment or something, I need to be there early.
Yeah.
It's a point of, I don't know, it'll cause me stress.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, if someone's coming late, I'm like, you just don't care? Are you just not fazed by it? Are you sitting in the car going, just relaxing? Because I'm not relaxed when I'm driving and I'm late somewhere. Yeah. So I'm thinking this person just different?
Yeah. Because it is when you coach, especially classes, you're planning everything. You're planning the striking class. It's a numbers thing. How many people are coming? How many less people are coming? Is it odd numbers, even numbers? Things I'm doing. I'm thinking about how many new people to advanced people, and I'm trying to structure it, and I'm changing it in my head on the fly. And someone else turns up, and you're like, oh, you just, if there's groups of 3, I can do groups of 3, and I do smash it. Next minute, and then the other person comes well, that just messes up everything. Yeah. So I'll go back to this other one, and then you got to do it on the fly all the time. I remember when I was doing PT and in a gym, weights gym, and it was always the 16-minute rule for PTs. People we're never going to turn up after 16 minutes late. But they can turn up until that 16 minute. Not that I would be able to do a full PT with them, but it was always that rule. It was always like, wait till the 16 minutes, and then they're not going to turn up. But like they'd turn up at 15 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes for them ones, and you know, they go, can I still do PT? Yeah, you can for 14 minutes. But I've got a PT after you, you know. So.
It's hard in the physio space because if you've got a few backed up, then it's just, you know, one person's late, you might need to spend 45, 30 minutes with someone. So you kind of have to give them that quality of care, and then that just pushes the next person back and the next person back.
But then, do you not short on that one or not?
No, like it depends. It depends on the person. I won't.
He said to me, he shortens yours all the time. You're late, that's it. Doesn't care about
I walk in and he goes, you're all right, get out.
Okay, I figure.
No, but like Sai knows.
There was one incident with Lukey over here. He had steam coming out of his ears. He was like boiling. I'm calling you out on this one, it's fine.
It's fine.
And we had like was he 40 minutes late?
Yeah, to a 45-minute appointment. And on a Saturday morning that I'd opened up specifically for that person.
Oh, yeah, so I'd just be like, what's left is the time, that's it.
That's crazy.
Respect for him coming 40 minutes late to a 45-minute appointment. But he's someone that...
He's been good since.
40 minutes late to a 45-minute... What do they do? And like, probably...
Oh, am I wrong for having steam coming out of my ears? I'm sorry. Wait, what? Why am I the bad guy? No.
Yeah, no.
I have to call this episode the Luke match.
And what'd you do? Nah, he's gonna love it. Yeah. I called. Apparently, Lockie said to me, he's like 30 seconds into the podcast last week. He's like, straight away, you're just like calling me out for crappy jiu-jitsu or something like 30 seconds in.
Fair. What did I do?
He got out the car and someone else had driven him, and he'd just done his ACL.
Yeah.
For the second time. So we rehabbed his ACL, and then he's come out of the car hobbling, limping. And you couldn't not feel sorry for the guy.
Well, the other thing is like I'll go on this rage and like I'll be like, oh, and they turn up. I'm like, I actually care. I actually give a shit. So whatever, I'm here anyway. So let's do it.
But if you had a guy if I had an appointment with you in 5 minutes, and you were like, oh mate, it's going to be another 40 minutes because this guy.
No way.
Then you can't. But it's only because you.
But then it's like, okay, like you're here, like if I don't have someone after my neck, you can wait, I guess. But like, I'll try and cater to you.
I was seeing a specialist when I'm issues with my elbows down Netherlands or Claremont, and I was going in, and then they would say, "Oh, can you ring before you come in?" I'm like, "What do you mean? My appointment's at 1." No, ring because he always runs late. And I'm like, "Okay." So then I didn't ring. I stupidly didn't ring. I turned up, and they were like, "Yeah, he's an hour and a half behind."
What?
I'm like, "He's an hour and a half behind." He said, "Yeah, I told you he's always late. So if you go away, we'll give you a call." I'm like. I didn't have anything to work until later, so I was like, I need to see him because my elbows are dying. So I went away, they rang me, I came back, it was about an hour, and I went in. But like, he was such a good like specialist doctor, like he just spent so much time with you. Like he didn't care about it was good when you were in there, he didn't care about the next person, and he's doing this, and he's showing me this, and he's all this, and he's just spent absolutely everything, taking his time. Almost like we're having like a chill, like a beer or something, and I'm like, I can ask him absolutely anything. And I could see why you want to see him, but that's not good if you've got like a schedule. But it was like there's pros and cons. Once I was in there, I was like, I'm not really mad anymore. Like because like he was like really good with you. Yeah. Which is like what you're saying, like giving time to people and that.
Yeah. Like I'll routinely like if I need to spend more time with a person, I don't have someone directly after. I'll routinely, especially like hard conversations. It happens a lot where people there's a few different factors that are influencing why they're presenting a certain way. Oftentimes it's just spending time listening, and a lot of people appreciate that.
But it's a funny one. I don't know if we'll get into that, but like it's when you spend more time than you should be spending with them. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's in like, you know what I was saying. You know, can I go into it or not?
Oh yeah, but don't. No,
Luke, match it.
No, it's like generally it's happened to a few times.
I love you, Luke. Match it. I love you.
But it's like you have a certain time when you're teaching, and you spend some time afterwards, and when you spend more time afterwards, that becomes the norm.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're getting busier of what life's taking over, and then you're not doing that same amount of time. And it's like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Yeah. Why is he being like this now? Why can't he spend the time with us? You know what I mean? And it's like, well, no, that's not. You have this time, and I'm doing that the kind of part to do a little bit extra. But then, you know, they expect it. You know what I mean? So it's that funny, 100%. Like I do. I'll stay back and I'll chat and stuff. And whatever. But like, I'm trying to have, from the experience, if I just cut it off now, like, because otherwise people like, they think it's bad when you don't do that with them. You know what I mean?
I think it can definitely be taken for granted sometimes as well. Like when you spend so much time with someone or going above and beyond whatever is expected typically, I think, athletes at times can definitely take that for granted in some scenarios. And
it just becomes the norm. If you're doing it all the time, and then it becomes the norm, and it's like, well, I'm not getting the service I got before. I used to get like an hour and a half, and you're only paying for 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, you don't expect it, it's just, but then if I'm free, I'm free, but don't expect it every time. I've got a job. And it's like me going into work and going, oh, you're working 9 till 5, but actually you're working 9 till 7 tonight. Yeah. What? Oh, yeah, you're not going to get paid for it. It's like,
it's all free.
Yeah, but because we love our jobs, I presume you love your job, Yep. And then James as well, like, you love your job and you end up spending more time, but it just takes away from everything. And then it does become like, that's the norm, and we expect that from you.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a few times, but you go... one day I counted how many people I taught over a day, and it was about 60 to 70 people. And if every one of those people wanted 5 minutes, so, and they don't, but some people do. You've finished a class, and then one person's like, oh, I just want to know this, or ask you that, or can you show me this technique, or I don't know what to do about this, or what do you think? And another person, and it's like 3 people, and all of a sudden... And some people take a lot longer, and then messages after, outside of hours. Like I'm at the cafe with my wife, like in our time, and you're getting messages asking you heaps of questions. I mean, I think about it with you a lot because
you're one of them.
No. The other way, because I send him my stuff. And
I do as well. So I feel bad. Yeah.
So this is what I think about a lot. I think because I know Luke loves it, and he's like getting into it. It's still early on in your career, right? And so people ask you, like in the gym, they know you're a physio, so then they're like, oh, what do you think? Or what do you think of this? Or I got this, or I got, and
that's your job.
And at the moment, you're like happy to oblige. Yeah. I mean, I think I get privileged because I'm coach, so I can.
I just feel pressured. I'm like, you're gonna demote me, maybe.
Yeah. So I can ask you like in messages, and if you don't reply within 30 minutes, then I'm not happy about it. But I do think about that with you, and I think at some point you'll get to the point where you'll be like, man, like I think it happens because this is what Steve always said to me. He's like, you can't like, because I'll talk to people for ages, oh yeah, you got questions about competing or this or that, and I'll talk, and then it's kind of come back on me a couple of times now. And
the only reason I said it is because I've experienced it. I've done it a bit longer.
So you think at the time I'm like, no, it's cool. Like I want to help, and then it's come back to bite me. And then he's like, I told you, you're giving them too much. You do this, you do that. You can't be doing you can't be messaging back on Sunday night, not 10 p.m. at night and stuff like that. And then it's turned around to get me, and then you realise, you go, oh yeah, it's a lot,
It's a hard I guess mix to find, or hard balance to find, because I'm like, I want to help these people, I want to build a clinic, and me doing that is somewhat helpful for building a clinic. But at the end of the day, like sometimes you have to choose yourself first, because it's quite it wears on you.
But again, it's because you love what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everyone you come across, you become friendly with and become friends with. But if you like stacking shelves, you wouldn't be like, I'm staying back an extra hour.
100%.
But plus you enjoy what you're doing. We love martial arts. You guys love what you guys do, So, it's a tough one, but just it always makes me think like, it's a cool thing to be able to do now and again. But then if you do it all the time, it does become the norm. And it's like, well, I don't get that from you. I'm like, well, sorry.
I had a person messaging me saying, why aren't you messaging me back? Like, if you've put your phone on do not disturb. I was like, I don't even know how to do that. How do you know that I've done that? It was getting like a bit like crazy, because I wasn't like, I'm like, it's literally 11 p.m. on a Saturday night. I don't even, and I would wake up in the morning, have messages and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, what do I do here? This person's going to follow me home.
But to be fair, before we started the podcast, you were checking your texts.
Well, that was my wife.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Never mind.
That's okay.
I think you get used to it even in a team sport environment a lot more. That was one of the biggest things that kind of hit me when I started in team sport is it's just constant. It's never ending. Like you're almost not on call to go in, but like you need to be ready because people ask you questions, athletes message you, coaches are asking questions around this player or that player, trying to get ready for the next week. You can get a call at 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday night, and it needs to be the norm. So
it's a 24/7 job in team sport. It's a whole different ball game, I think. Like if we were talking to S&C coaches that work in professional sport, they'd all say similar. Like it's hard to avoid it becoming your entire life.
But you can have boundaries of what you do.
It's
to an extent.
hard.
I think you can. Like, I don't think you should be on call for the whole time. Because otherwise it's your whole life in it.
Yeah, and I guess from a team sport point of view, if the team loses, everyone can be out of a job. So you kind of lose your job if you lose too much.
Yeah.
And if you can do something that can help maybe keep a player on the pitch, on the field, and if it is an 11 o'clock message, a 10 o'clock message, those things do become the norm quite quickly. And it is an expectation from the club at times as well.
Yeah.
I remember being on away camps in the East Coast in football, and like we'd be doing work after a game at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
All of us, all the coaching stuff. I'd be doing GPS and they'd be doing some video analysis and might have one of these around the table, but he's still ticking away.
Yeah. I mean, again, it does happen, but like just having that, again, it's not so much like a team sport here. I mean, obviously everyone reaches out to us and things, and I do answer most of the time. But like, and then sometimes if you went, I'll answer you I'll just get back to you in the morning, I'm busy. Most people are pretty good. Some people are like, what the fuck, type thing. And I put everything I've got into guys doing well in here. Like, I don't think anyone can deny that. I don't do that. Like, I put everything into it, but
he doesn't message me back for
like
3 days.
This guy messes up my sessions. Today, the guys with that, I say, do bag work, guys. You can do some stuff on the bag. Oh. He goes, I'm going to train down there. I know what he means by training. He's just like a few squats. So then, like, I'm down here and I'm talking to someone about like just their fight coming up, and I'm looking down. They're all sat down, and he's like, and then he's starting. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, aren't you guys supposed to be on the bag? And he goes, I'm training. I was like, it doesn't look like you're training. So then he goes off, and they go towards the bag. I come back over here, and then I'm like talking to someone else about the fight coming up, and then I look around again, and then they're all sat down again, and he's like, he stood up, and then he goes, I didn't have time to train today. I was like, you fucking joking.
I came in an hour before class to train, and I'm just talking the whole time.
Wise words.
Just talking the whole
art
time.
of war.
So it goes both ways.
Yeah. No, they were already sitting down, right? Let's be honest. Yeah. And don't think that I'm not going to stop asking you questions, because I feel like I teach you jiu-jitsu. I'm allowed, all right? So if you, but I want you took too long to message me back the other day, and I'm not happy about it. So I'm gonna find out where you live.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just get me on the mat,
So other than that, since you guys started doing the S&C, obviously running the business, and obviously yourself, is there anything that come up that sort of like has been issues or problems that you never thought would happen, or anything that sprung up? It was a bit like different that you thought how it would be.
It's a good question. To be honest, I think the biggest learning curve we've had in general as a business, whether it be recently or when we first started, is just understanding dynamics between people. Like we have, round of applause, Luke is now a co-owner of Jump Lift Run as well.
Oh, really?
As of yesterday.
Nice.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Yep. Good way to announce it. But so like now,
exclusive.
So we've got 4 of us, right? And like it can be a lot of chefs in the kitchen at times. And early on, like pre-Luke, there was a lot of crossover with roles and tasks, and a lot of people doing the same thing but for different people, and it was messy, it was unstructured, and the more conversations we had about simple X's and O's of day-to-day work, the more chances there was to clash, disagree. So we've had to work really hard at from a business structure point of view, really separating our roles and allowing people to have a bit of freedom within certain areas of the business, and then understanding how people operate, like understanding don't talk to him before 9:30 a.m. sometimes 12:30. Yep, absolutely. At least 2 coffees and then you can have a conversation. Harry operates in a very different way to us, and then Jai operates in a specific way, and he has stuff that makes him tick and works really well for him. He works effectively in certain areas, in certain environments. So just making sure like the business as a whole can support how all of us operate best. Because early on we didn't do that, and there was like World War III nearly kicked off a couple times, right?
And everyone's got their specialities and what they're good at and what they're not good at.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good at everything, but I'm good at certain things. And if your thing's not talking to people or doing this or doing that, maybe stay away from that area of it. As best you can. But I think we have issues in here sometimes, but we're pretty good. Like, we try and catch up with each other quite regular, so there's no issues and stuff.
I think it's helped us appreciate, like, not just the owners and the directors of the business, but all the stuff that we've got. We've got like 10 S&C coaches, physio, a couple more coming on board. So there's a lot of manpower, and the learnings from directorship and ownership of a business has helped trickle into even someone like Tommy. Right, Tommy's a great operator, but understanding and having trust in him to go and make decisions and have a bit of freedom with what he's doing here at Joondalup, and understanding what works for him, and trying to tie into that as much as possible. It's only going to make him a better operator, and the business a better place as well.
Are you mostly over Aussie or here? Or
I mix and match. I spend my Tuesday here. I'm going to try, hopefully next week, Tuesday, Thursday here, so I can come here for the 9:30 boxing class.
Sweet. Yeah, cool.
But typically I'm at Aussie Park. It's really based around the athletes that I'm working with at the moment. So I'll come, now that Kev's back in fight camp, I'll come up here a little bit more and work with Kev a bit closer. Yeah. But a lot of my athletes that I'm with at the moment are up those ways, so it just works well for me to stay up there.
It's nice for you coming for your birthday anyway.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Loved that day.
It's nice.
Still a bit sore.
It was the other side.
He's easy to break,
Hey?
He's easy to break.
I didn't know.
Chocolate milk's quickly.
Yeah. Give him 20%.
Yeah, it's a good video.
And what are you any plans? Obviously now you're as a part owner.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you want to do in the business, and what sort of things?
I think we've got pretty big plans, but certainly building out the physio space and building out systems between different practitioners. So like me being able to hand over to a strength conditioning coach and have effective systems in place to the benefit of the athlete. Because typically in team sport, you might have a rehab S&C, which might then translate across to the return to play kind of phase of rehab. And so developing some really good, efficient systems so that it's front end work for back end, I guess, efficiency, right? So once we get some of those systems in place, I think it'll be beneficial for everyone involved. So no one's slipping through the cracks in terms of athletes not getting the care that they need.
Yeah.
I think we have, since Luke's come on board, I think me and Luke definitely have a shared vision for, Joondalup and even Jumplift Run in general, and part of our business really being like a UFC Performance Institute, minus the actual MMA itself, right?
Yeah.
If you're a UFC fighter, you rock up to Vegas, Shanghai, or wherever the PIs are. You've got dietitian, you've got physio, you've got S&C, you've got everything you need to perform for as a UFC fighter. And we really want to be the first people in Perth to be able to deliver that service to the community in WA. Like, there's some great talent here, and it's only getting better with guys in the UFC at the moment from Perth. And I think right now we've definitely got the team to do it. It's just about building that reputation and building the business. And with Georgia, our nutritionist, she works with a lot of fighters in WA, has done for a while, so she's been a great in for us. But yeah, that's definitely a big vision of Luke and us.
Well, last time you came on, which is how long ago?
Oh, I reckon it'd be over a year.
Yeah, that's what you said you want to do. And then now look at the fighters you got on board and stuff, and against guys in UFC, guys going to be heading to UFC really shortly, high-level athletes. That's what you wanted to do, and then obviously that's panned out now, you know what I mean? And think, because before you maybe you were stretching too much because you were at waist, which is obviously a lot of top-level athletes there, but then now you're in your own little your baby now, you know what I mean? You're growing it and stuff. So
which has been great. I think the business has accelerated a lot recently, and Luke's been a big part of that for sure. But now looking back on a year ago, which isn't something maybe we do enough, but on reflection, we're probably exactly where we wanted to be and wanted to build towards a year ago, and then that needle just shifts a little bit further, right? And you have bigger dreams and bigger aspirations, and bringing 1 or 2 physios on board in the next couple of weeks is adding to that environment with a few different specialties. And it's yes, we are where we probably wanted to be a year ago with the dietitian, the location, and the volume of fighters and the quality of fighters. but that's only building and building and building, and there's definitely some big stuff in the works in that space.
You're definitely in the right area. I mean, how many bloody gyms around here?
Oh, so many.
So many.
It's like martial arts central around here. Well,
16.
it's just gym, mate. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, but then if you look at all the CrossFit as well, it's 30 to 40. Yeah, definitely.
16 martial arts.
16 martial art facilities in probably a 3-4K radius. Like if you include all the karate, the boxing.
Yeah.
Depends how you define. No.
Yeah, but still,
It's not all MMA, but I think the space that we have there, you know, the collaborative work we do with Benny at Flow as well has helped. I think it's been quite instrumental in developing our image as the go-to people, or building towards that image anyway. Having that facility attached and having the fighters come through, I think they probably feel at home, to be honest.
Yeah. That's good, because once they heard like one fighter comes, another fighter, and another fighter, and then it sort of like just snowballs, doesn't it? You go, where do you go? Oh, you go there. Okay, that's the place to go, you know.
And I think originally, like we you know, I mean, even still, the majority of our MMA fighters are from this place, right? And we've had a good relationship with you guys for what feels like a couple of years now. But yeah, more recently, I'd say in the last 6 months, it feels like we've really got to the point where we've diversified where these guys are coming from. Whether it's LCA, like DCA, some of the other gyms in this area, like some boxers, a lot of amateur boxers coming up, fighting in March. So it's like what started as MMA has now trickled into strictly
Combat
BJJ
sports.
boxers, boxers, just combat sports as a whole, which is exciting.
Now, I'd put it down mostly probably to the Cage Chronicles podcast.
The timing probably lines up.
Because we're up to about 100,000 followers now or something. So I don't know, I can't remember. I don't know figures, you know, but something around there. Something like that. Is it 3 people or 7? I don't know, I'm not sure. But it's cool, it's good to look back at that, like that first podcast, and go, okay, this is what I wanted, then know that you're on track. Or you're not coming in and going, actually, it's gone shit.
No way near it.
Now we're just doing stuff for elderly. You know? So it's definitely going the right direction from what I can see. And again, it just snowballs from there, I think, you know what I mean? It's like in here, like we try and keep it like a certain standard. That's why we're always catching up and having, like, asking what James thinks and other guys think, and we try and implement it as much as we can, and then we get guys from all over now, don't we, coming in?
we get a lot of it.
Always getting messages and stuff. Where do you say most of your contacts, or is it through like your emails, or we get so much through Instagram and stuff?
Big on social media for us. I think that's probably our main source of like referrals at the moment, but word of mouth as well. I think it's funny, we spoke about the going above and beyond all the time and having all those conversations with the athletes after sessions. I think that's something that we obviously do a lot, whether it's the positives and negatives are obviously there, and it's trying to find a balance, but I think our quality of care that we have with our athletes shines in the referrals we get from the boys. I think we started off with Luke Matchett, and then now we've got 12 Wolves Den fighters at our place. Like that's from 1 to 12 is huge, and that's only happening in other facilities with other fighters. And I think coach relationships are important. Like, it's important for us to have a good relationship with you guys, right? And it's important for us to have those relationships with the other gyms and the coaches from the other places, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, I used to have back and forth with like certain S&C, different coaches. It's a bit easier now because I can like message his guys and go like, I need to work on this more, or he's getting fatigued here, or this and that, and then we can just work together. Because like the whole point is to be better at fighting, or if you get someone from AFL, better at AFL, and it's like doesn't want to be like a hindrance, wants to be better. You know, like wants to help you get along that way. So I think the relationship's pretty good to have there. And I think when you have a good relationship with all the clients as well. I mean, I think we have a really good relationship with everyone who comes into here. And we're always like, you know, getting good feedback of like, oh, you actually like you know, like, you're not just a number type thing. You you actually care, and you actually teaching us how to fight and do this and that. Whereas some places you go and you think they are fighter gyms, but they're just like fitness. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like this majority of it is that, and it's just a number. So like, I think we stand out like that. But it does take a lot of effort, and it's the same for you guys. You know what I mean? What do you think, James? You're very quiet, man.
That's more alcohol.
James don't say that. He gets just switched off again. Need to get him on a rant.
I need some smelling salts.
But yeah, sometimes, so I'd say don't go on the gi. You know what I mean?
You know, just the spot to buy.
Don't even start. I just need some smelling salts. Like Matt, we had this morning. We did Do you know Matt Jones, beard Twitch streamer?
Do you want me to grab you
Oh,
some?
yeah.
Yeah. So he's been off for 9 months because he broke his thumb, which is ironic because he's a
gamer.
He's a doctor.
Twitch.
No, he's a doctor, but like to
He's a
butcher.
He's a doctor?
Yeah, doctor, like a hand doctor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he quit like being a doctor. I think his last job was a lecturer at uni, and he quit to become a full-time
Really?
like Twitch streamer.
So he's ortho. He's like an ortho.
Yeah,
okay. But just specialise in...
I just call him a doctor. He's a doctor. I'm a professor. He's a doctor. Yeah. And then, so he broke his thumb, and then, ironically, like, didn't get it checked out, went away, so blah, 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 and then it took ages to heal, and then he had a baby. So he's out for 9 months, and he's a gaming Twitch streamer, but he would come in here once every week and we would spar, like MMA sparring, me and him, and then whoever we could like drag in. Lee would come.
I'm pretty sure I've done a stream with you guys.
Hey?
Nothing.
I've done a stream with you guys.
Yeah, you have, yeah. So we do our Twitch streams, and so it's been 9 months, and he came back in this morning, and I wasn't sparring because of my knee, but it was just him and Josh, and Josh has been training heaps, so he's like really fit because he used to vomit in the middle of the spar. Yates, Josh Yates. So he used to vomit in the middle of the sparring sessions, Josh would. And then now Josh has been training heaps. He's been like really consistent. So he's in like hell good shape. And then Matt's come back. And then we're doing the sparring this morning. And Matt nearly like threw up twice. He goes out the front and I'm following him, like filming. It's like 900 people watching. And he's out the front, like hands and knees over the lawn. I'm like, not on the fake grass, not on the fake grass. And he's like, ooh. And then I was like, actually, I know what'll fix you. And then I got the smelling salts. And then I like gave him a hit of the smelling salts. And then he came back to life and he jumped back in, did another round, but then nearly threw up after that one as well. So, yeah, it was good.
Just that hit.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was good fun. That's a good story, though, like him quitting being a doctor or whatever, a lecturer, and then just
doing Twitch. It's funny because they just abuse him, don't they? Just abuse him.
Yeah. Chat's like brutal.
So I did a cut with him at the beginning, and he's just he just like absolutely they're just abusing him, just all this like running through on this Twitch thing. I'm like, so what they do is just abuse you the whole time. It's like, yeah, pretty much.
But it's funny because they like. This morning, he goes out the front and they're like, you got to follow because they can talk to you, so scrolling. And they're like, you got to follow him. We need to see him yak. So I'm like, follow him with the camera. But then when it's getting close, they're like, take deep breaths, Matt. Like they kind of feel, they like love him, but also want the carnage, you know? Like they love, it's like both, like a love-hate. They're like, you got to see him yak. And then they're like, no, just relax, Matt. You'll be fine. Get back in there. And they give him heaps of encouragement. But then they also, they're like, first session back, it's all good, you did well. And then on the other hand, they're like, yak.
What time was this at?
They can't decide. At 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I usually get him the yak out the back here. There's a little bush at the back.
Yeah, I was just like,
don't do it on the floor.
Like, not in the cage, not in the toilet, I'll have to clean it. Not out on the lawn, just go away as far as you can
Do you get many people yakking in the gym there since they?
Not really,
No.
Not really, I don't think so.
It's not as full on.
I'm trying to think who I've made, I don't think so.
Yeah, we had a couple. We had this one lad, and he reckoned he was really fit. It was his first session, and he was like, "Oh, we don't want to get pushed out."
Was it Luke Matchett?
No,
it must be a record for mentions of Luke Matchett.
It was back in the first gym, and he's talking this massive game, and he goes like, "No one ever pushes me hard." I was like, "All right, okay, I'll hold pads for you." And then I did it, and he did like 2 rounds, and he's like, you can see him go, and like, keep going, and then he just goes, what? And as he's running, he's like yakking, not in here, but yakking all the way to the toilet, but it's red. It looks like blood all over the floor. And I'm like, oh no, I've pushed him to like someone's exploded.
What did you think you did?
I don't know. It's just like it's everywhere, and I'm like,
there's a lung.
And by the time he got to the toilet, it was all gone. He'd already done it all. I'm like, what the hell is that? And he goes, I had this cherry milkshake. I had a milkshake before your training.
And a cherry flavour.
Yeah, because I could smell it. It was like all like, it was gross. Yeah, he cleaned it up for us anyway.
I did that once. My mum. Here's a funny story. So.
I
was pretty young, and I was like out at a house party, and I was drinking heaps, and then
This we had dreadlocks.
I walked home. I didn't have dreadlocks then, but I was walking home, my mates were carrying me home.
Okay.
And then my dad had just dropped my mum at the pub. So that's early. Just dropped my mum to start going out, and I'm already walking home. They're carrying me, and then they see my dad come around the corner because he had a V8 Range Rover. So he comes around the corner to go home because we're on the way, and so my mates just drop me because they see him coming. And he pulls up onto the side of the road, so they drop me and run, and they just leg it and leave me there. And then my dad finds me. So I talked to Dad after this, and he was like, "Oh, I just came from dropping your mum to the pub, and I just see a bunch of guys carrying a guy along the side of the road." And he goes, "So I think I better stop and check on these guys and see if they need help." And he goes, I pull over, and everyone just legs it. And he goes, and it's my son lying on the floor. He had no, because they didn't, I don't drink. They didn't know. And so then they get me home, put me in the shower. I don't remember any of this. Put me in the shower, and then I start vomiting. And then I woke up when I remember coming to, I was in hospital. And so what happened was I'd been drinking red wine. And so when they put me in the shower, I was throwing up, and I was throwing up red wine, and my mum thought I was throwing up blood. Yeah. So he took me to hospital, and it was just red wine. So couldn't drink red wine for another 15 years after that.
Yeah. How long ago was this?
I would have been 18, so probably 4 years ago or something like that. But yeah, that was she thought I was vomiting blood, so they were freaking out. But imagine me and my dad, you just go, what are these? Because what are these idiots doing?
It's just James lying on the floor.
And I'm just on the floor. He said everybody ran. He said there was 6 guys. He said 5 ran and 1 stayed with me. And he's just as my dad comes, because he's a scary dude back then. But yeah, so he's just with me shitting himself, and I'm just lying on the floor.
Yeah, so that's the last whiskey.
Degenerate.
No more.
Cut off.
Yeah.
So how do you guys see in a year's time, JLR? What do you reckon? What's your plans? What? I know you obviously a rough idea, but what way do you see it? Because then when we do a podcast in a year, you can see it.
Yeah, we can reflect that. Yeah. We really want to have a performance institute, and the way we call it more of an athletic performance hub. A location where any athlete of any sport, of any level, can come and get whatever they need, whether it be S&C, physio, dietitian, occupational therapy, work in the mindset and mental space of performance. Whatever you need as an athlete, we want Jump Lift Run to be the go-to location for that. And like I said, I think we've definitely got a few key pieces of the puzzle already, and we're adding a few in the next couple of weeks, and that's just slowly going to unravel and build over the next 12 months, I'd say. Really, the next 12 to 18 months will be the big jump, hopefully.
Yeah. Yep. Jump and lift and run.
Exactly. Spot on.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Very good. That was a good little podcast.
Yeah.
I would for time, Robin. Yeah, so thanks. I'm getting good at it. I know exactly.
Spot on.
Because she looks at me funny when we're going over time. She goes, "Got to keep it to this certain." I'm like, "Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah, cool."
Had enough. She's like, "James is ranting. Let's cut this off now."
James's wine story again.
Told us. That's the 6th time we've told her on the podcast.
Yeah. So we'll speak to you guys next week. Thanks for you guys for being on today. We've got some good. Hopefully, got some good guys coming on. We've got a list of people now. We can get on. So there'll be some different people from coaches, fighters, promoters, all the aspects of the fight game. So we'll see you next week.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for having us.
Wuss.
Wuss.